Jonas here at CR Components. I'm going to be walking you through the disassembly of the hydraulic side of the torque hub. First thing we're going to do is get set up in the press. Now our press isn't perfect as far as the tall torque hubs go, so we have to build it up in a bit of a funny way. So I'm sure most people's presses are a lot different. So however, you got to get that torque hub in there to fit just right. First thing to do is we're going to build all the way up to the press, to the top of it, so we can get this brake piston pressed out of here. So basically you have to press this down, that way you can get some leeway so you can get your snap ring out of there. Press down that brake piston just a bit. Just create some space. Once we have enough space for that snap ring, go ahead and get a flathead. I'll get it right in on this snap ring. Kind of work my way around it. And a little pop right out of there. Then we can go straight back over the bench with the torque hub. Take that snap ring all the way off of there now. Set that to the side. Our brake piston's ready to come out. Now what you're going to want to do here next is you have a brake release port right here. Setting some air up in that is then going to dislodge your brake pistons. But you do want to be careful. Put some weight down on that so it doesn't go flying out of there. So I like to get a hammer and just sort of press it right on top. Put some air right down in there. No, move that right up. Pieces of the brake piston all come out super easily now. This one I can just kind of, for the most part, pull out. Just like that. Be careful. And then this last part of the brake piston does not come out so easy. Do have a more specific tool for this part. It can be done with other tools. It's just a little bit easier with this one. We have a lady's foot here with a slight curve and bend in it. So I like to put that curve going away from each side as I basically work that lady's foot right underneath there and pry up. Pry up a little bit and then I'll switch it to the other side. And kind of work back and forth. And it will come out. Then take the glove off for this one to get those brakes out, that brake pack out. I'll just get a towel just to give you a little more grip because it is going to be oiled up. I'll grab that center gear and just yank it right out. Most of the brake pack will follow. Typically one disc will stay behind. So I just reach down and grab that one right out. And that is our brake pack. Now before we flip this thing over, we have one more thing to grab, and that's that snap ring holding in your shaft there with the bearing. So we'll just grab our snap ring pliers and pull that one right out. Just like that. We're ready to flip this thing over. Before we take our bolts out, we're gonna get our valves and whatnot out first. So we got 1, 2, 3 plugs here to get out. I have an extension with an 18mm socket for these first two. I am going to use the impact. You could torque these out yourself. The impact is just easier. Just like that. There's one. And there's two. Following those plugs, we have 2 springs and the directional valve. Both should come out pretty easy. And just like that. We got our last plug right here. And that is a 16mm socket. Followed by another spring and valve. Just like that. Once we get those out, then we can start taking out our bolts. Again, I am using the impact. You could torque these out if you want. The 10mm Allen. Seven bolts. Oh, I only torqued 6. There's 7. There might be some suction holding this lid down. Sometimes it comes up right away because of that plunger pushing it up. This one does have some suction still, so I'll just kind of work a flat head right in between. Just wiggle it around both sides. I'll break that suction and I'll lift it right off the top. Our valve plate did stick to the lid. Sometimes it sticks to your rotating group. The gasket came off nicely there. Sometimes you have to wire wheel the rest of that off. Alright, get this rotating group out next. I'm going to be using a sliding clamp. You have just enough clearance down here, but you do want to get this on this lip right here where the where your bearing race actually goes. So I'll get it there and then I'll close it down with a plunger. And then I'll start tightening it up. And this will release your rotating group along with your saddle. It also drops your shaft down that we took the snap ring out so it would come out. Just to get the rotating group out in one piece, I like to bring it all over while holding it. I'll rotate it a little bit, just like that. And along with that, we have the saddle. None of the ball bearings stuck in this one. That will happen from time to time. And we have our shaft coming out of the other end there that we took the snap ring off of. Now we can take this off and get our plunger out of there. Like that. And the last thing we have to get out of this housing is the ball bearings, which is pretty simple. I like to put a magnet right over top of them. Sometimes I'll just wiggle it back and forth, but these ones I don't think are gonna come out that easy. So what we'll do is we'll grab a hammer and just lightly tapping this side wall right underneath the ball bearing while I'm pulling up on it with the magnet. I'll bring it right out. Do the same thing with the other one here.